Okay. So for those of you who are just coming on, some of you are already here. Here's my weight vest. See? I'll put it on right here, cinch it down, and I'm ready to go. See that? Okay. We are gonna, this is a pretty normal day. People are back from trips, getting back into things. So I'm gonna do strength work. I'm gonna use my dumbbell or free weights, and I'm gonna use my balance pad here. So one of the first things that you can do to help you peak your proprioceptive muscles and responses is step on a very compromising surface. So in order to warm up, I'm going to start doing that. And I'm going to start with shoulder rotations. So at first, I'm going to shorten my lever. I'm going to put my fingertips right here, and I'm going to draw circles with my elbows. Okay? So as I draw circles with my elbows, I have my weight vest on. So that means I need to be very circumspect about how I am ambulating. I cannot be bending over. Okay? And generally, that is how we start our steps. As I have talked to you about this particular feature of things that we do that maybe we need to not do, is to say rib cage up. Well, let me tell you, now I'm going to go backwards, okay, with my elbows. Keep your fingers on your shoulders, okay? That will keep your shoulders down or help. Now I'm going to step over with the other leg. See? I'm going to step, and I'm not going real fast. Yeah, I want to hesitate for just a second or two. Keep circulating, circular with the elbows. Keep your rib cage very up. That extends my back. Step, step off. Okay? So that first step is going to rock and roll you. It is. Second step, see? Put it on there. If you need to, hesitate. Get ready to put your foot down. So just going through this kind of stepping situation, using our elbows. Now go the opposite way. Okay? Step. Okay, you're going to hesitate. You're going to tap. And you're going to come down slowly. And I would go this way. I'll go this way, but Mac is in my way. He likes to sit right in the middle of the floor. Here we go. Up, back the other way. See, this is going to help pull you back. Okay, take a step. Here we go, and over. So this would be tantamount to walking around your field or your yard if you had a lot of moles in your yard, which I do. These people that spray for mosquitoes, don't let your hands go. Don't let them go yet. Don't let them go. Step, step, and around. So you not only get a circular round trajectory that your vestibular system is going to have to address, but you're using your feet, your ankles, you're having to stay rib cage up, you're working with your arms, and in just a few minutes, unless you're all ready. So I can tell you, with doing this with a 20+ pound weight vest, I'm starting to feel warm, okay? So I'm going to stay up here, and I'm just going to step forward and back. So I'm going to do up to here, back to here, okay? So when I step and I come to here, I don't want to go up. I want to go here. Excuse me. Then I'm going to go back. Okay, now let me challenge you. Many of us, when we step off of a surface, and this is only 2 inches. Okay, I'm gonna go back down, I'm gonna come back up. I'm gonna keep my elbows soft. Come back up. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go back up. Do you know what some of us do when we have to step backward and up even a little bit, like off a curve? We do this kind of a thing. We go like this. And we use momentum to lift us. I want you to try your best to not do that. I want you to bend the knees, hip hinge, say rib cage up, and I want you to press off the front foot, off the back foot. Step back down. See, I'm alternating. And I'm gonna notice, okay, which side, as I'm doing my up, down. So when we move our arms, we're doing something with our legs. I don't care how simple. You are doing a compound move. You got to kind of think, okay, what am I doing here? Which direction am I going here? Okay, so let's line you up again. Number one, if you have a backpack on, great. Understand it's going to pull you. You're going to want to counter it by doing this. Rib cage up. That's number one. Squeeze your gluteals. Number two, drop your shoulders. You're breathing into the nose. I've added this little move right here. See this? So here I go. I'm going to hesitate and step down. It's the getting back that I want the pull through the legs. So rib cage up. You're doing this. And you want to press into and contract those leg muscles. Okay, and when you come up here, you gotta drop your shoulders. Yeah, tight tummy. Drop your shoulders, tight tummy. Drop your shoulders, tight tummy. Yes. So every time you drop your shoulder, you say rib cage up. Big breath. And don't do that little hoppy thing that we do in order to get up, especially if we're going backward, okay? Now, I don't suggest that you do that out and around because that is, especially if it's more than 2 inches, could be a problematic move. And why? Because we have replaced joints, many of us. We have feet issues. Some people do that because they can't feel their feet. They have neuropathy. If you have any of these things, I'm saying go find out why, okay? So that's number one. But this little move, stepping down and then stepping back and not hopping back is a big deal, okay? So this little pad is one of your best tools to help you navigate better, motor better, ambulate better, more smoothly. See how I'm just pulling back and I'm pressing back on the back leg. Push and push. So you're pushing off with both your feet. You're pressing down, you're pushing off. It's a big deal. Big breaths. Couple more. We're almost there. Just a couple more. Now I will tell you, if you wanted to put weight on you and you don't have a weight vest, you don't have a backpack, all you have to do while I'm doing this thing right here is do it with none and really get your mechanics down, or do what I'm fixing to do right here. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Like for instance, I'm just going to pick up 2 6-pounders. Okay? 2 6-pounders. So I'm going to go here and I'm standing up here and I would just bring my elbows down and up. Bring my elbows down and up. So if I wanted to hold weight on my structure so that my spine, my shoulders, my hips, my knees, my feet benefit from a little bit of a load doing this task. Drop your elbows, bring them up. Say rib cage up, breath through the nose. So it's something like that. This can help accomplish what we want, which is for our bones and muscles to figure out we're not dead yet. And in fact, we're putting load on our movement. Okay? So that's how you would achieve this. Okay, now bring those weights right here. Step down the same way and just pull those elbows in. In. Drop your shoulders. Yes. Drop your chin. Okay. Press into the back leg. Yes, this is the knee that's on the pad for me right now is my knee replacement. And so many times we think it's going to be painful. And so you know what we do? We do that little hoppy thing. Yeah, I know. I know exactly what you do. Bring your elbows in, drop your shoulders. See, I got my foot back. My knee is bent. Now I'm going to push off the front leg and I'm going to really pull into the back leg. See that? Get really good at this motion. So when you step down, don't lean in. Pull the rib cage up, bend the knee, push back. Push and pull. See, you're pushing and pulling. I'm pulling with the back leg, I'm pushing with the front leg. See that? So I really want you to think about that. Drop your shoulders. Say rib cage up, step. Big breath. Now let me tell you another little thing before I leave this particular motion. When you step off of anything, okay, drop your shoulders, pull your elbows back. And you go to step up, sometimes we misread how far we need to step up. And you know what we do? We drag our heels. You're going to get your heel caught on the curb, whatever you're stepping up from. Okay, the step, whatever. Get your elbows in, drop your shoulders. You're going to put your weights right here, and then you're going to pull them up. So as you pull them up, that's when you press and push and come up. Okay? Now, if you have something in your hands, as we do right now, and you take a misstep, for instance, you just kind of drag and you catch your heel. Okay? Sometimes that's enough to send somebody down because they couldn't catch themselves. So that's why I started out today working on this little balance pad. So do a few steps on it. I have weight on it. So I'm simulating what you might be doing because you don't have a weight vest. I just picked up 2 6-pounders. Okay? It can be whatever you want. It shouldn't be too heavy right now. And do you see what I'm doing? I'm stepping off and I'm practicing my hip hinge. Stepping, hip hinge. Now I'm going to add the arm movements. Since I have weights in my hands anyway, I'm going to step, hip hinge. My rib cage is up, but I'm hip hinging. And I'm going to come 1 and 2 and step back. I'm going to step off, hip hinge. 1 and 2 and step back. Now I'm going to step off and back. Now I'm going to go this way and this way with the arms. So I'm going to go push, 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 push. Step back up onto that very spongy surface. Step back and off. Elbows up. Push back, push back, push back, push back. And then come back up. Now you got to drop your shoulders because the first thing you're going to want to do when you start going back is you have a tendency to want to bring your shoulders up. We don't want to do that yet. Okay, now I'm going to step back off and back off. Okay, now here's my target right here on the floor. I'm going to move it back so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so here's my target. I'm going to step over. Boom. See that? Say rib cage up. Yeah. Big breath. Yeah. Bring those elbows right here. Come here and come here. Okay. Some of us have had some real shoulder issues. So I'm trying to use a light weight, getting my line right. I'm doing just a little bit of a wing lift. See, with the elbow. Yeah, don't bring your shoulder up. Don't bring your shoulder up. Yeah, don't bring it up. Okay, now we're going to throw the punch. Now we're going to bring it in and down. Okay. Throw the punch. Bring it in and down. Throw the punch. In and down. Take a breath. You're bending the back knee. You're saying rib cage up. We're going to throw the punch and bring it back down. Boom. And down. Bend that knee in the back. Yeah, I'm trying to hit the soleus. That's right attached to the Achilles. And a little stretch going, a little heating up of that back leg muscle. Say rib cage up. See, I'm not going to do it fast. Take a breath. But I'm rotating and punching. But I'm not doing a fast one. I'm doing the move toward a punch. Okay? Now I'm going to come from here, step forward and over my target. So this maneuvering that we're doing, step out, walk behind or backward. Okay, and now I'm going to step up again and over with the other leg. So here I go. What's my lineup? Number one, okay? I have 20 plus pounds hanging off my shoulders here in a weight vest. I've picked up 2 light weights, about a 6 pound for me, but whatever's light for you. So here's the thing. I'm telling you, we're going to step over there. What you have already done is you've positioned your foot so that it's turned out a little. Okay, I just know that you have. Now, if you do it just a little bit, that's no big deal. But we don't want it turned out a lot. Okay, because why? Because I'm trying to help your balance systems, that's why. So I want you to bend the knee. Now I'm going to step up and over. Okay, now that might be a big step for some of you. And you might need to do that step with holding on to something. Maybe you have to put your weights down. That's okay. Okay, see what I'm starting to do? I'm going to bend the back knee. And I'm going to come back up. I'm going to bring my weights up. I'm trying not to lean in too much. I'm bending the back knee. I'm keeping my heel down. I'm going to throw that punch and bring it back. Throw the punch, bring it back. Don't go slow and easy. Okay? Slow, it might not be too easy. But when I come to here, I want to really say ribcage up. Keep your heel down and back. Here we go. Woo! Rotate. Breath. Drop your shoulders. Boom. Keep that heel down and back. Breath. Breath. In through the nose. One more. Keep that heel down. Keep the heel down. Now you're going to step forward. Okay? So, I'm going to put these weights down. I'm going to pick up a higher weight, only one, a 9 pound. Okay? Now, I'm going to pick up my little pillow. Okay? And I hope you notice the way I did that. I bent down and picked up my pillow. I did not round my back in order to pick that pillow up. That is a single thing that if you could remember, when you move around your day, something's on the floor. Here's my pickleball racket. Oh my goodness, there it is on the floor. I have 20-pound weight vest on. Well, I'm not gonna round my back. I'm gonna step, hip hinge, push through the butt, grab, and come up with the item that I need to pick up. If you could just remember that one principle in moving through your day, wow, you would be so ahead of everybody else in your age range, okay? Or even your kids. So I have my pad because that gives me 2 inches. This is my weight vest. Those of you who don't have a weight vest, this is when I want you to go ahead and pick up that higher weight. So now this is 9 and this is 9, okay? Nancy, I know Nancy's out there. I know that you want to pick up a 12 and a 12, but don't do that. I have to mess with her just a little bit. Okay, wide is the chair. Wide is the chair legs. Yeah, you don't want narrow when you go to sit down, especially with a load. So now I have 9 and 9, and my weight vest is 20 plus, right? So I'm going to go into a sit down. For the first sit down with weights, I might put my hands here just to see how things are rolling. See this? See, I'm just putting my hands here. Just by placing them there, you're going to stabilize yourself. And don't let the knees go in or out. Okie dokie. Take a big breath through the nose. Hip hinge. Push into your heels. And you're going to shine your taillights. Yes. So I'm going to go here. Shine my tail lights, come up, squeeze the gluteal right now. Come back down. This time I'm gonna let my hands go all the way down to my ankles. I'm gonna pull it back and pull it back up. Now, if you don't need your hands to be touching physically your legs to do a little stabilization, great, put them over here. You're going to come down, tap, and you're going to come back up. You are not doing it fast. You're giving your body all the body structures, the hips, the joints, the knees, the ankles. Keep your chin tucked, tap, tap, tap. Now drop your butt just a little more, drop your butt just a little more, come back up, come back up, come back up. So you should be touching with your hamstring just the edge of your little pillow. Okay, take a big breath, push the butt back, come all the way down as far as you can. Now drop your butt just a little more, drop your butt just a little more, drop your butt, come back up. So I want you to drop your butt without actually landing it. Drop your shoulders, take a breath, take another one. Here we go, push the butt, drop your chin. Keep your knees open. Here we go. All the way down, all the way down. Tap, 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 tap. Drop your butt. You should be touching on the back of the chair. Touching, 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 touching. Come back up. Squeeze. Yes. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and sit down this time. So we're going to go down, 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 down. Hold, 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 hold. Hold, breath, hold, breath, sit. And rotate. You got it? Okay, when you're going down and coming up, pay close attention to what position you're putting your knees in. Because when you come up or go down, you're trying to really target those front leg muscles, okay? Don't go in with your knees or out with your knees. So here I am. This time, I'm going to put my weights right here, okay? You may not want to. You may want to keep them here, keep them on your thigh, and let it stabilize you as you come up. You get to choose. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to take a big deep breath. I'm going to tighten in my tummy, and I'm not going to do a bounce. What are we going to do? We're going to squeeze. Do not let your knees come in. Big breath, rib cage up, hip hinge, shine your tail lights, and you are up. Then go back into it, and you are down. Take a breath, and you are up. Keep those knees wide. Take a big breath, exhale. Breathe. Come up and exhale. Don't go fast. No jumping. No jumping. Are you ready? Keep your knees wide. Drop your shoulders. Breath, exhale. And where do you find that you put the pressure? In your feet. When you're starting to come up, you need to be putting it in your heels. Rib cage up. Hip hinge, shine your tail lights. Press. And now I'm going to come down and barely sit and come back up. Take a breath. I'm going to barely sit. I don't want to use momentum, but I don't want to nestle in here. I want to keep the pressure on. No jumping. Breath. Back down. Here we go. Breath. Big breath. Push. 2 more. You got it. I'm doing all these with you. Breath. There we go. 1 more. Okay, now bring the weights down. Go into the down position, but don't sit. Come on down. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it. Let the back of the legs touch the lip of the pad right there. Then go down and take a breath. Yes. So we're going to do some progressive sit to stands. Sit to stand sounds so much better than squatting. Okay, so we're going to come in. We're going to stand up with a load right there. Okay. I'm going to take these weights, put them over here. I'm going to change. Okay. So now I'm at 12 and 12. Now the pad comes off. Okay. I'm going to put the little pad right in front of me. Now I'm going to combine what we did in the warm-up with stepping over and back type thing. See? Not fast, but definitely moving through in a very smooth, controlled manner, okay? I have a weight vest on. I'm going to pick up 12 and 12. You need to pick up whatever's heavier. So we're going to do a combination of sit to stands. And this time we're going to go all the way down to the chair. Okie dokie. So one of the reasons I really love working with free weights is because I have to grip it. Yeah, that requires you use your forearm, your hands, everything else differently. So you've got your weight in your hands, whatever that might be. It could be 2 kettlebells. It could be 2 frying pans. It could be 2 cans of food. Something you can grip. I like frying pans. Everybody should have a good heavy frying pan. You never know when you're really going to need it. Okay, are you ready? So I'm right here. I want to feel the weight of the 12 pounds. And I want to feel it through my shoulders. And I want to see if going from back to the front changes what I do with my trunk, changes what I do with my back. So notice that. So I'm right here. I'm in pretty wide stance, which means I'm as wide as my kitchen chair legs, okay, with my stance. Take a big deep breath. I'm going to just try this out. I'm going to go down. If you go to a higher weight right now, go ahead and keep your hands right here. Make sure you're stabilizing all the way down. Hesitate, 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 sit. And you're going to come back up. You're going to push into the heels. You can have your hands right here, that little touch, believe it or not, really helps to stabilize. So you can have pretty good weight. Now I'm going to come up and then I'm going to step over and back. Okay. So I'm going to hip hinge, drop my shoulders, take a breath in, exhale, coming up. I'm going to step slowly onto the pad, holding, step down, come back, come over. Here we go, step the other one. So this should be pretty good weight that you're managing. Drop your shoulders, bend your knees, say rib cage up, bring the leg up. If you feel out of balance, put your toe very briefly on the pad, then come down, then come back. Put your toe on that pad if you need to for stabilization, and then come down, okay? And then do it on the other leg. Here we go, up, tap, over, up, tap, and back. This is such a good maneuver. If you have a challenging weight in your hands, you got to manage everything. When you're coming over, don't go fast because you're going to dip too far forward. You're going to dip too far back. And you've got to get to where you're very smooth and you can pull yourself up out of a unbalanced feeling. We're going to do this a couple times. Ready? You're going to come up and then tap gently and then come down. Keep your knees soft and come back over. Okay? Last one. Here we go. Up. Drop your shoulders. Take a breath. Tap. Keep your knees soft and tap. And then come back up and come back over. And go back to your chair. Wide stance. You're going to go wide stance. Hip hinge. Bring it down. Hold. Hover. 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 You're hovering right over the seat. Don't go all the way down. You can barely touch, but don't go all the way down. Breath. 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 Come back up. I know I tricked you. Sorry. I wanted you to not know, so you had to pull yourself out of something here. Okay, now we're going to do it again, but we are going to go and sit down. But I'm going to hold it 10 counts. Are you ready? Take a breath. Hip hinge. Come on down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breath. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you're down. Woo! Okay. It's half the class, a little over half the class. I'm going to remove my weight here so that I can keep using these as I wanted to. So I'm going to bring it up and over my head and put the vest right there. Woo! Okay. Now let's do some targeted arm stuff, as well as trunk, meaning core, and a little bit of leg, okay? So I'm gonna come right here. I'm gonna take my heavier weights. So heavier is all synonymous with what you're used to. It needs to be, it's not as heavy as I could go, of course, but it's a 12 and a 12 is what it is. So I'm gonna go from my knee up and tap my shoulder right there. From my knee, breath, tap my shoulder, okay? And you notice I opened my hip. See that? Open your hips so that you feel your stomach really working. Now I want you to just tap your foot. One foot up on the pad, bring it down. So you're managing this weight right here. Take a breath. You're gonna go tap, down. You're gonna go tap, breath, down. You're gonna go tap, breath. Say rib cage up, open back. You should be feeling your stomach contract. It's gotta hold you in this position. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Now bring one weight to your knee, other weight to your knee, okay? So release your hands, open your hands out. Yeah. Big breath. Gonna bring the weight up again, tap, up again, tap. Now instead of going front and back, I'm gonna keep doing my tapping. See this? I'm tapping. I'm tapping. I have to bring my knee up in order to do this. Rib cage up, open your hip, and we're gonna go to the ear and back down. That's it. Big breath. Tap to the ear. Tap your foot. Tap to the ear. Do not flare your elbows here. Your elbows are heading forward. Breath. 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 Big breath. In through your nose. Keep your elbows tight, meaning your elbows need to be touching, heading forward. Just go tap to the ear, tap to the ear, no further, just to the ear, just to the ear. Release, breath, breath, just to the ear. You're tapping the feet to the ear with the weight. Breath, and bring them in. You should have been feeling that by now. Okay, now we're gonna do a bent over. Not really a roll, but kind of a roll. Okay, so we've got a heavy weight. So I'm not gonna take and rotate my shoulder out in this move. It's gonna be like a piston move, a pulling, pushing, okay? So I'm gonna go wide legs, push your butt back, calm down, and you're gonna go pull. Now, many of us wanna come up here. So I'm telling you, don't come up. You pull and you stay down in this position. But here's what, if I walked into your room right now, here's what would make me tell you you have to stop. If you pull up and you round your back, then we have to stop, okay? You can't round your back here. So I'm gonna go really push my butt back, rib cage up. I'm gonna pull, bring it back. I'm gonna stay down. Pull, get those elbows going back, almost inside over the back. Breath, keep your chin tucked, stay low. Breath, woo, breath. Go, breath, go, breath, go, breath, go, breath, and hold. Now they come down, but you're not coming up. See, they're coming down and pushing back. Stay down, but push back with the palm, with the fist. Drop your shoulders, push back. Here we go, push back. Here we go, push back. Push back. Take a breath, push back. Breath, push back. One more, just one more, just one more. I'm doing them all with you. Right there, hold it, and just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put them down. Open your hands. Woo! Bring them in. Give yourself a big hug, but extend your back. Okay, and then go this away and go this away. But don't rotate in your core. You are trying to address arms, shoulders. So don't turn the trunk. See how I'm holding my elbow right here? You gotta put your shoulder down when you do that. Then you come in. You're gonna stay right here, shoulders over the hips. Hips are right in line. And you see, I'm gonna turn my shoulder, but I'm not gonna turn my body. I'm gonna drop my shoulder and then just really pull that arm right into me. Take big deep breaths. Big deep breaths through the nose. Then bring it back in, okay? Now I'm gonna open my hands, put my fingertips right behind my occipital bone. Yeah, that means don't put it on the top of your head, put it behind. Okay, drop your chin. Okay, now be pushing forward with your fingertips while you push back with your head. Big breath, push forward with your hands, your fingertips, push back with your head. So it should be a taut, tight situation right there. You're pushing back with your occipital bone, keep your chin tucked, and you're pushing forward with your fingertips only, not your palms, your fingertips. Push, pull, breath, breath, hold it, 5, hold it, 4, push back with the head, push forward with the fingertips, 3, 2, 1. Release and release. Now you turn. You step over, you drop your knee, bring that leg in, you pull, you look over the chair, drop your shoulders, big breath. Yeah, drop that knee down. Now you open at the hip and you go back. Keep that knee in, and you should be really stretching through that front leg muscle. Drop your shoulders again. And then come forward. And here you are. You're going to go the other way. So keep that ear, shoulder, hip relation. Turn. Drop your knee down. And grab the chair. Rotate yourself back. And keep your knee down. And you will get the best stretch in your quad. So when you have a knee replaced and a hip replaced, or you have 2 hips or even 1 knee, man, it's amazing how you cannot get where you in a position to really give that leg muscle a good stretch. This is one of them. Take a breath, take advantage of it all the time, and just lay into it and keep that knee down. It will stretch so nicely right there. Okay, now we're gonna do the opposite. And why am I doing this right now? Because I am giving you a little break in many ways. I'm gonna keep my pad right there. This is my 12-pound weights. I'm gonna come right here. I'm gonna put my hands on my chair. This is another super easy way to just make you feel better, especially in your legs, because I know they start hurting for whatever reason they do. So I'm gonna drop my shoulders. I'm gonna hip hinge. I'm gonna press into my feet. I'm going to drop down just momentarily, not enough for a lot of blood to go in my head, a little. And I'm going to pull my toes up while I push my body in to those legs. And I'll do it for just a few seconds. And then I'll come back and equalize and come up. Okay? So big breath. Yes. So now here's my 12-pound weights. Okay? And I'm going to go down and pick them up. Now, you may want to do one at a time. That would be just fine. Do that. Good mechanics, grab it, come up. Good mechanics, grab it and come up. That's fine. I'm going to pick them both up, okay? So I'm going to come down here, and I told you this is 12 and 12, right? I'm going to come in, I'm going to come in, and I'm going to come up. See that? Then I'm going to simply go to the side just a little bit and come back up. I'm going to go to the side. What does that mean, go to the side? I'm bending. I'm acting like I'm trying to connect my armpit to the top of my hip. Because if I do that, then I will avoid swinging of the hips. I'm trying to address some muscles in your core that isn't gotten any other way until you learn how to quiet the hips and don't be swinging. Keep your shoulders down and you just drop. See, the weight is pulling me right there and come back. Now, if you've locked your knees right now, unlock them. You don't have to bend them, just don't lock them. So you know what that means? That means you have to balance through your feet. Oh, so much better. You lock your joints, you become much more unstable. Okay, take a big breath, keep your knees unlocked, and just go until you're like, I think that's about all I can go right there. And how would you know? Because when you go to a certain point to go any more, you know what you're gonna have to do? You're gonna have to swing your hip. I don't want you to swing your hip, okay? So learn how to do that move. It's a very good move. All right, now I'm gonna put the weight back in and I'm going up one more. Yes, I am. So what am I doing? I'm doing progressive squatting. That's what I'm doing. I'll say sit to stand. I'll say balancing with tightening our proprioception. But we are basically doing progressive squatting. Remember, we started at 6 and 9, now we're 12, now 15. So whatever you got, just do it. Pick up one more, okay? So I'm gonna go just a good normal stance, not too narrow, right? I'm gonna come into, and anytime I pick up a heavy weight that I haven't used recently, I'm gonna just put my hands on the front of the thigh, let it go down so that I don't wiggle my knees in or out. And I'm trying to see if my stance is correct. Maybe I need to go a little wider. Maybe I'm too wide, okay? See that? Take a big deep breath through your nose. You can keep your hands on your legs, but when you hip hinge, getting ready to come up, think what you're gonna do. Okay, you're gonna build up an inordinate amount of pressure in your abdominal, in your diaphragm, in your body if you don't exhale when you stand up. So get ready to do that. Big breath, go into the heels, keep your legs wide open. You can keep your hands here. Get your butt up and then come up. Squeeze your butt, okay? Now, if that helps you to keep your hands right there during this one, fine, do it. But if you can do it where your heavier weight is out here, go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go touch. I'm gonna come back up. Take a breath, drop your shoulders. Breath through the nose, exhale. Get ready, breath. Exhale. See, I'm having you do it both because I'm slowing down. My purpose is so much different than, you know, somebody trying to do some kind of competition. This ain't a competition. It's trying to help you function much better and stronger, even though you might have arthritis diagnosis, back problems, joint replacements. Yeah, here we go. Osteoporosis. Here we go. Going down, 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 down. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down and down. See, I didn't make you come back up. I'm kind. Okay, you ready? So I have 15 and 15 here. I'm gonna hip hinge. I'm gonna take a breath through my nose. Make sure my knees don't come in, okay? Go to your heels. Exhale. You're up. Take a big breath. And you're gonna exhale and come down. And you're gonna come down and up smoothly, even though you have a big weight. Take a breath. Hinge, go into the heels. Ah. Take a breath. Go down. Ah. Yeah. Now we're gonna hold this next one, okay? I'm warning you. Take a breath. Hip hinge, heels. Do not let your knees come in. Come up. We're gonna go down a little bit. Feel everything out here. Come down a little bit more. And you're gonna hold as low as you can. Breath, breath. Do not put your head down. Keep your head and shoulders above your hips. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Breath, breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up. you're ready, bring one weight up here and right there. Keep your hand under it. Bring the other weight right here. See that? Okay. So here I am. I'm going to come up and over. My knees are soft. Take a breath. Take a breath. Try to keep your leg that is supporting you on the pad. And if being on the pad bothers you, just step forward with your leg on the floor. Take a breath. Step up and over. Up and over. So I'm going to do that about 3 times. Bring my other leg up. Drop your shoulders. Tight tummy. Breath. Up and over. Up and over. Take a breath. Rib cage up. Breath. Try to not let that supporting leg jump all over the place. Okay, and you're going to catch your toe. I'm just telling you. That's part of the reason I'm doing this, so you can feel how to pull out of it and then come back. Okay? Keep your weights right here. Peel them right down here. These are very heavy. I'm going to take a stance. I'm going to go pull. Not fast. Pull. Breath. Breath. Pull. Big breath. Exhale. Ribcage up. Soft knees. You just want to just keep motoring here. Don't have a lot of time left. I want to really push through your arms. So I wanted to emphasize arms, and I wanted to do progressive sit to stands with weight loads. Okay, if you see that when you go to do this and you start to throw an elbow or lift a shoulder, that's telling you then that's time for you to stop. So anytime I start to pull a shoulder up on a lift like this, I say, okay, let me go lighter or let me end. And you just go nice and easy. And you just breathe out, make that muscle work the whole way up, the whole way down. Okay, so breath. See where we're at? Okay, we have 4 minutes. Guess what? I just put 18 and 18. Oh, I know. If it was enough for you, just stay with that one. But if you can, go ahead and pull all the way up. We're going to stand here, see? And all I'm going to do is put my weights down to the floor and then pick it back up. So, normal stance, hip hinge, tight tummy, drop your shoulders. I'm going to go down and put the weights down. Then I'm going to grab and come back up, okay? Watch your positioning. Hip hinge, heels, keep your knees open. Right here, hold for just a second or two. Put the weights down, then come back up. As smoothly as you can. Squeeze your butt, drop your shoulders. Take a big breath. Hip hinge all the way down. Hold for just a second or two. Hold, hold, hold. From down, go to the heels, press up. One, last one. Take a breath. Down, 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 down. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Put them down. Pick them up. Heels. Squeeze. Woo! And then, if you can just walk around with some weights in your hands, make sure your posture is really neutral. Great. Do that a couple times a week. And that's a good thing. That only took us two minutes. That could be one of your 2-minute thingies. Okay, how to end this one. Hands go out. Thumbs are forward. Yeah. When you do this, make sure you're moving your shoulders. See, you can do this and not even move your shoulders. People do it all the time. Drop your shoulders, tight tummy, squeeze your butt. Yeah, soften up your knees. Hands out and thumbs forward. Drop your shoulders again. And then do a full rotation with your shoulders. See that? And let's say you don't make it to 30. That's okay. We are winding down to exit, okay? But I want to reset your shoulders. It's one of the best ways to do it. So do 10, do 15. Then turn the hands up, straighten them, drop your shoulders, soften up your knees, and the thumbs are going backwards. When you go back, really raise those shoulders all the way back down and around. You get to where you can do 2 sets of 15 with your palms up, with your palms down. And you do it pretty much every day. Your shoulders are going to feel a heck of a lot better, okay? Don't come too far forward on this. Keep your fingers back. Just do 3 more. 3 more. 3 more. Okay, I think that's 2. I'm doing better, Kathy. Okay, 3. Here we go. Up and around. And then just swing forward and back, forward and back. Yeah, I have shoulder issues as well. Okay, I want to keep functioning. If I need to have somebody, look at it and say, yeah, you've ripped this, or that's fine, but notice how you move. What gives you problems in your motion? Can we work through it, or do we need to have it addressed one way or the other? So the last thing I would tell you to do is just drop your heel off of a bench or off of a step and really stretch your calf muscles. That's the last thing I'd tell you to do. Yes, it would be. Okay, you ready? I think we got this one done. Stop recording. There we go. Stop.